Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. It's your boy Kenny Session, just coming on live for a minute or two. Um, I hope you guys are starting off the year with a great new year. I know it's been kind of, for me, it's been kind of a tough go. I started New Year's off with Corona, but I don't look like I've had Corona, so I thank God for that. I wasn't very sick. I want to thank everybody for your calls, or you guys text me. I got a lot of messages here on Facebook. I appreciate all of you guys who prayed for me to come out of that. But it ended up not being as bad as I thought it was going to be. They're talking about the symptoms for Corona. I had symptoms for 2 days, and then on the third day, I started feeling a lot better. And then by the time I went and got the test the third day, I had no symptoms, or very minor symptoms. And then I got my results on New Year's Eve. I was positive. So, I thank God, that I didn't get sick. I didn't get as sick as some other folk. I know it's not something to play with. Coronavirus is not something to play with. I guess you could say I learned my lesson, but I also want to apologize to anybody that was upset that saw me out a couple of days ago. In fact, I got conflicting information. I got one thing from the doctor, said I needed to wait 5 days from the date of when I first saw the symptoms, and then and the other said I needed to wait 10 days. I got something from Alameda County on yesterday. It was more of a questionnaire that they were asking me, questions about who I was in contact with, where I'd been, and that kind of stuff. And then at the end of it, the Alameda County Health, I guess you would call it the Health Division, they recommended I stay out for 10 days. So there is conflicting information going around. The testers are saying 5 days. Alameda County Health Division is saying 10 days. So I'm going to err on the side of caution. I'm going to go ahead and stay in for the rest of another day. I think tomorrow is day 10 for me. But I'm just so thankful that I still have my appetite. I still have. I'm still working. We got a lot of things happening in 2022. We have some great announcements that are going to be coming up. I'm hoping the next couple of days. We are going to be making some additional announcements about what we're going to be doing in 2022. I'm quite excited about it. But today I wanted to come on and do as I usually do, and that is just share a word with you guys that I heard today. This is something I just received myself today. And a lot of times I live by this stuff. A lot of times my day is going crazy, and I'll just stop in the middle of my day and I'll go read this. And it just seems like every time I read it, it's right where I'm at that moment. So I'm hoping me reading this to you guys is something that will resonate with you. If it does, you can always go to my page and get these every day. I post them just about every day. But what the word says today, January 5, 2022, it says, resolve to be the best you can be and strive for that position. I am with you to help you achieve your uttermost in spirit, soul, and body. I will lift you up from the darkest, deepest depths and take you to mountaintops if you will only believe. Luke 1:37 said, for with God, nothing is impossible. You know, I can tell, I can feel goosebumps coming all over me right now. I consider that the Holy Spirit, when that starts happening to me, if it's happening to you, it's God, that's God's way of communicating with me. But the one thing I can say is that I've lived through this, just trying to wait for the next thing to come, just waiting and trying to be the best that you can be, knowing that it's not possible for you to be the best you can be by yourself. I was just thinking about some things today about some of the troubles and tribulations that I've gone through in the last couple of years. And as hard as they were to go through, now on the other side of that thing, you can kind of see well, man, okay, God, I get it. I get it. If I had to go through all of that to be where I'm at right now, it wasn't that difficult of a price to pay. We go through things in our life, and then we when we're going through it, we're complaining and complaining. When we get on the other side of it, what I found in my life is better. And I don't know how God does that, but some kind of way through the pain and the suffering that we go through, he has a way of when you come out of that thing, it feels like, you feel like a brand new person. And that's what I'm feeling today. I feel like a brand new man. You guys have seen me suffer through a lot of things on Wisdom Wednesdays. But the one thing that remains true is the word of God remains true to me. And when I get outside of myself, or when I need just a word of encouragement, or I need a lift, I know the word of God normally does that for me. I can just read something very innocently, like I just did. January 5, 2022, resolve to be the best you can be and strive for that position. I am with you to help you achieve the uttermost in spirit, soul, and body. I will lift you from the darkest depths and take you to the mountaintops if you only believe. Luke 1:37, for with God nothing is impossible. Again, if you believe, I think we have what we believe. And I believe that I'm going to always succeed. I believe that no matter how many times you knock me down, I'm going to still get up. There's going to be nothing that can keep me down unless you sit on me, because I'm going to figure out a way to get up and keep going, or retool or reload, whatever you want to say. But the thing is that we all go through different things. But all he said is just strive to be the best that you can be. And many times we can't be the best. I know I can't be the best I can be without God. I've exceeded what I've always thought of myself. I'm way beyond that right now. I thought I would just be a common guy that go get a job and work down at the plant around the corner. But praise be to God, I've had 35 years of self-employment, which is beyond me. How could I even, I can't even remember 35 years ago about where God has brought me from. And I'm talking about, I've had 3 or 4 different lives, in the last 35 years. And even I'm on another now. And if you live long enough, we all can say the same thing. The things that we were going through 10 years ago are not the things that we're going through now, because I believe God is allowing us to evolve into the people that he wants us to be. And a lot of times when you really get into that thing, you're like, man, I've evolved further than what I had even expected myself. So a lot of times I have to pinch myself and say, man, God, look what you have done. I know that I am not capable of bringing me through some of this, through the problems that I've had, to the extent where now the problems that I had 10 years ago, they seem so far removed. Some of the problems I had 5 years ago, they seem so far removed, because we're always striving to be a little bit better. And I know that myself, I'm always striving to be a little bit better. Resolve to be the best you can be, and strive for that position. Strive for being the best that you can be. Because God says, I am with you to help you achieve the uttermost in spirit, soul, and body. I will lift you up from the darkest depths and take you to the mountaintops if you only believe. If you only believe that God is going to do something extraordinary in your life, it will happen. Many times we start doubting ourselves, so we have to make up our minds that we're going to believe God. We're going to go on not be thinking about the gloom and the doom, the doom and the gloom, because a lot of us, we get stuck in those patterns because we're expecting the doom and the gloom. And so therefore you find what you look for. I heard a story years ago about a man that was sitting at a liquor store, and it was this boy that walked by him, and he said to the man, I just moved into town, and I'm looking for a great place to go and hang out. And the man said, you know what, whatever you look for is what you're going to find. If you were going to move into the city, if you're coming looking for a great life, trust me, a great life will find you. If you're coming into a place where you think all bad things are happening to you, then guess what? Bad things will show up. And that's the moral of that story, is that we get what we look for. If you have your faith in God, that God is going to do something, you hold on to that faith, no matter what it looks like. Some kind of way, God makes a way to make what you think about come to you. And many of us, we don't have what we're capable of having, because we want to allow ourselves to think positive or think about what's possible instead of thinking about the thing that we've come from. And that's my word for the day, you guys. And this is just it. It says January 5th, resolve to be the best you can be and strive for that position. I am with you to help you achieve your uttermost in spirit, soul, and body. I will lift you up from the darkest depths and take you to mountaintops if you would only believe. Luke 1:37, for with God nothing is impossible. Again, that's the story of my life, you guys. That is the story of my life. I no matter how bad it looks, no matter how low the reservoir goes, I'm always believe that God is going to show up at some point because he's done it so many times. I remember the first time I tried this when I first opened my company, and I had a phone bill come in. And when you first in business, you don't really, you're kind of all over the place. And when I first started my business, I had a phone bill. And the bill was like, it was something crazy. I don't remember the amount, but I remember calling the phone company and them telling me that they were going to close by the end of the day. If I didn't pay this phone bill, that they were going to turn off my phones. So I was sitting there and I was like, Lord, you told me that you would provide. And I'm like, Lord, we getting all the way down. It's like 30 minutes before they're going to turn my phone off. You ain't told me what to do yet. I don't have the money. I don't know where to get the money. Who am I going to call or what am I going to do? And I just sat there for a while and I just waited on God. It's like, Lord, I'm waiting on you. And then all of a sudden, bam, it said, pick up the phone and call who I called. And I'm going to tell you who it was. I called Ernest Clark, one of my mentors. I say, Ernest, look, man, it's almost, and he said, come get it before I could even get it off my lips. And I went down and I remember the phone bill couldn't have been no more than about $200 or something back then. That was like 25 years ago. And I went over there and he gave me the $200, didn't ask no questions. I went down there and paid my phone bill. And that's the first chance I got to learn how God will show up right when you need him to. If you believe that God will make a way for you, a way will show up like that phone bill. He called me like that. It was like right there. And I can tell you time and time again in my lifetime where I didn't know how I was going to get out of it. I didn't know where we were going to go. All I knew to do was just believe that something good is going to happen. I don't know when it's going to happen. I don't know how it's going to happen, but I'm going to keep believing that something's going to happen. And right now, with all that's going on in our community, we have a hard time finding positive things to think about, positive outcomes. So no matter how, I see you, Barbara. Thank you, Barbara. She's always here with me, but we always can do better. There's always a possibility, especially if you know God. God will open doors that no man can open, and he can close doors that he can open doors no man can close, and he can close doors that no man can open. But we have to believe and trust. And some people, they be tripping on, when you so spirit. No, it's just common sense. It's like, as a man thinketh, so is he. If you think about gloom and doom, if you think about getting sick, trust me, the corona will catch you. If you think, and you like myself, my kids be like, Daddy, why don't you say, man, I ain't sitting down waiting on no corona. The corona going to have to catch me moving. And if it do catch me, it ain't gonna hold on to me because I got too much going on for the corona to infiltrate me in any kind of way. And my kids will, Daddy, you know, that's how I live my life. I live my life on purpose. And that was just the word I wanted to share with you guys today, my Wisdom Wednesday. I haven't done these in a while, but we're going to start coming on more often with just sharing. Beloved, resolve to be the best you can be and strive for that position. I am with you to help you achieve your uttermost in spirit, soul, and body. I will lift you up from the darkest depths and take you to the mountaintops if only you believe. Luke 1:37, for with God, nothing is impossible. Everything becomes possible when you trust God. And you believe in yourself. That's another thing. Believing in God is like believing in yourself, and not putting yourself down and not hurting yourself and believing that just the next step that can change everything. One step can change a whole, put you in a whole different trajectory. And so that's my word today. I live by it, and I'm going to continue to keep coming with it. I hope that this helps somebody today that's struggling, just trying to get to the other side. I'm just going to pray for you that God will show you to the other side. And when you get to the other side, he blow your mind. with what you find when you get there. All right. Peace and blessings. Holla back. Bye.